What's up, y'all, man? It's your boy TaeVids coming y'all back with a brand new video, man. Now, I know y'all been wondering, man, what happened to all the school shooters, you know, all the past and all the kids, you know, recipes to them and stuff like that. You know, I know a lot of y'all be having an idea like, damn, you know, whatever happened to all of them? You feel me? Whatever happened to all the little school shooters and stuff like that? You know, I'm not saying in a bad way, but I'm just saying, you know, that's what they call them, school shooters. You feel me? They want to shoot up schools and kill innocent kids. You feel me? But obviously, you know, there's a video out. You feel me? What happens to, you know, the school shooters in prison? You feel me? By all means, it's just informational purposes. You feel me? Hey, I don't condone in this. You feel me? I'm just reacting to it. You feel me? I'm just reacting to it. But let's go ahead and get into this video, man. Make sure y'all do be in the description, man, and hit my Discord, man, so y'all can join up with Tae Squad community. I do post up in there. I do let y'all know, you know, any updates that's what's going on with my PC or what I'm not doing that day or anything like that. So if y'all want to just get into them, go ahead and join the Discord. You feel me? Join the Tae Squad community. Let's go ahead and get into this video.
Who's got his sentence for a school shooting, he never would have imagined the horrors he would face in prison. Perhaps he thought serving time would be a vacation and not a mental and physical battle. Chad Padilla, another notorious school shooter, was found dead under mysterious circumstances, possibly murder. Others, like Scott Pennington and TJ Lane, continue the violence in prison. The physical and
so he gangster. That's continuing the violence.
Like Scott Pennington and TJ Lane continue.
They one of those. They adapted to their environment. So they like, hey, we gonna just keep starting BS. They ain't learn their lesson.
The violence in prison. The physical and psychological anguish school shooters face in prison is so terrible that many of them choose suicide instead of serving out time. Let's dive into some of the worst experiences for school shooters who got arrested.
Man, listen, when they be hearing them years, I'm sorry to keep pausing, but when they be hearing them years, bro, and they knowing when they finna get behind that cell by they cells, bro, all they thoughts start just like closing in on them, bro, to where it's just him in that room, bro, in his thoughts, bro. That make a person go crazy.
Arrested. Scott Pennington. Scott Pennington, a 17-year-old senior at East Central High School in Hurley, Mississippi, carried out a devastating shooting on January 11, 1995. He killed 2 students and wounded 7 others using a .38 caliber revolver. Pennington's trial.
He killed 2 students and injured 7 of them with a .38 revolver. With a .38 revolver only hold like 6. You feel me? On the whole, but not saying that he couldn't do it, but a .38 revolver, bro, y'all not telling everything. That man probably had another gun, bro. You feel me? Like a .38 revolver, that's only like, okay, we all listen, some people are non-guns, some people are with guns, just like me. I'm with guns. That's, but I protect who I protect with the gun. You feel me? But the people that don't like guns, you feel me, they ain't gonna know how it feels to actually shoot a gun or know anything about guns. A .38 revolver only holds 6. Some come with 5. You feel me? That's, man, they not telling everything.
Was highly emotional and intense, with the families of the victims demanding justice. He was ultimately sentenced to life in prison without parole. Scott Pennington's life behind bars has been a never-ending struggle.
I just want to know, like, what was he thinking when they said you got life without parole? Like, I just want to know what he was thinking. Like, damn, my whole life just gone. Like, just gone, bro.
For survival. He was taken to the Kentucky State Penitentiary in Eddyville. Before long, he became a target for violence and harassment from fellow inmates, but he isn't the kind of person to back down from a fight. In 2014, Pennington's situation took a turn for the worse. He was involved in a violent altercation with a contract food service employee at the prison, resulting in his placement in isolation. The isolation unit, meant to protect him from other inmates, became a source of psychological torment. He spent 23 hours a day in a small cell. The isolation took a devastating toll on Pennington's mental health. He began experiencing hallucinations, depression, and anxiety, and contemplated suicide multiple times. Solitary confinement is common for school shooters, as you will see in our next entry. Chad Padilla. Chad Padilla, a 16-year-old student at Italy High School in Italy, Texas, carried out a shocking shooting on January 22, 2018. He opened fire in the school cafeteria, shooting 1 student 6 times.
A open cafeteria, bro. Shooting a student 6 times. Y'all, listen, we all know how busy a cafeteria is. We all know how loud it can be. But to shoot a student 6 times, bro, in an open space like that, bro, is so crazy to me, bro. That, I know those students was like, whoa, what is this? I already know what the hell was going on.
Injured student survived, but the emotional scars left by the incident were taken 6 times. The injured student survived, but the emotional...
6 shots, you survived? He's a warrior. That's God chosen.
Scars left by the incident would take much longer to heal. Padilla was sentenced to prison, where he faced the consequences of his actions. Chad Padilla's life in prison was marked by violence, uncertainty, and tragedy. As a school shooter, he was a target for aggression and hostility from fellow inmates. He faced numerous threats and attacks, making his existence behind bars a daily struggle for survival. Despite the measures...
Yeah, when you go in prison, bro, what you think they see you as a meal. They see you as playtime, bro. Oh, you want to shoot up schools? Some of them men that's in prison put themselves in, what if that was my child? What if that was my nephew or son or niece and stuff like that? They put their people in the parents' shoes. You feel me? That's why when they hear a school shooter come in prison, that's why they attack them the way they do.
Put in place to keep him safe, Padilla continued to face harassment and intimidation from other inmates. He was subjected to verbal abuse, physical threats, and even assaults. The constant stress and fear took a toll on his mental health, and he struggled with anxiety, depression, and PTSD. One day, he was found dead in his prison cell under circumstances that remain mysterious and controversial. The exact cause of death remains unknown, sparking ongoing speculation and investigation. Our next entry did not show remorse and would continue.
What y'all mean y'all don't know what happened to him? And when y'all do a body exam, y'all know what happened to him. They, like I said, they just don't, they want to put it out there in the news. Obviously, one of the prison either unlived him or he died from natural cause. You never know.
To act violent in prison. Luke Woodham. Luke Woodham's rampage at Pearl High School in 1997 was an unpredictable incident. On that fateful day...
Oh, so basically this shit is going on from 19-something all the way up until the last one, basically. Oh, okay.
Woodham, then 16, killed his mother, Mary, by bludgeoning her at their home before heading to school with a rifle. He opened fire in the hallway, killing 2 students, Kentrell McRae and Lydia Dew, and wounding 7 others. Luke Woodham's life in prison has been hard. He is currently serving his sentence at the Mississippi State Penitentiary, also known as Parchman Farm. In 2000, Woodham was assaulted by another inmate, resulting in injuries to his face and head. This incident led to his transfer to a solitary confinement unit. Woodham's time in solitary confinement has been marked by psychological struggles. He has also experienced physical health problems, including chronic pain and digestive issues. Despite his isolation, Woodham has been able to pursue his education, earning a GED and taking college courses through a correspondence program. He has also received counseling and therapy to address his mental health issues. In 2019, Woodham's lawyers filed a lawsuit against the Mississippi Department of Corrections, alleging that his prolonged solitary confinement constituted cruel and unusual punishment. The lawsuit was settled out of court, with Woodham being transferred to the South Mississippi Correctional Institution. His story is unsettling, but pales in comparison to that of a next 12-year-old school shooter. Nicholas Cruz. Nicholas Cruz, born on September 24, 1998, is one of the most notorious school shooters in recent history. On February 4th,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. This one hit the news hard, bro. Like, you can just tell, like, this man was possessed, bro. Like, this man was not himself, bro. You could just tell. When they was, like, live streaming his courts and shit, bro, that man ain't had no remorse, no face expression, no nothing. Bro, that man had a devilish look, bro. Like, he was just sitting there looking. He ain't green or nothing. He just had his eyes just open, bro. Like, that man was possessed.
14th, 2018, he perpetrated the devastating massacre at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, killing 17 people and injuring 17 others. In 2022, Cruz was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Cruz's journey through the criminal justice system has been a tumultuous one. Since his transfer to a maximum security facility, Cruz's life has become even more isolated. He spends most of his time in solitary confinement, with only 1 hour daily for exercise and limited interaction with other prisoners. Prior to the shooting, Cruz had behavioral issues and was a member of the Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps and the school's varsity air rifle team. He was a student at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, the very place where he would eventually carry out the tragic attack. Cruz's mental health has been a significant concern throughout his incarceration. He struggled with depression, anxiety, and attention deficit.
Most definitely, depression, like, most definitely. I feel him on the depression stage. Like, depression is a silent killer, bro. Like, for sure. It's a silent killer. We all go through it, bro. We all humans, bro, at the end of the day. But it don't give you them thoughts to go out and shoot up a school, bro. Like, it don't give you that thought, bro, at all, bro. It just give you a lazy in your thoughts and your not want to do nothing stage. You feel me? It don't get you to that point, bro.
Hyperactivity disorder, which have been exacerbated by his isolation and the constant threat threat of violence. He's been placed on suicide watch multiple times, and his struggles continue to this day.
I bet.
Charles Andy Williams. Charles Andy Williams, a 15-year-old student at Santana High School in Santee, California, carried out a devastating school shooting on March 5, 2001. Williams, who was reportedly tired of being bullied, killed 2 students, Brian Zucker and Randy Gordon.
So obviously he was sick and tired of being bullied. Obviously these two is bullying him. A person that's getting bullied not just gonna go around killing anybody. A person that's gonna go kill. Well, I must not say kill. Unlive the 2 people right here. Obviously the 2 that was bullying him.
And injured 13 others. In the weeks leading up to the shooting, Williams had attempted to seek help from a school counselor, but was told to return to class due to a full office. He told a school security guard that he was going to bring a gun to campus, but these claims have not been substantiated by evidence. On the day of the shooting, Williams brought an 8-shot 22 caliber Arminius HW7 revolver to school and began firing in the hallway and courtyard. The shooting lasted approximately 15 minutes, with Williams firing multiple shots before being subdued by a school security guard. Williams was arrested and later sentenced to 50 years to life in prison. According to reports, Williams has been serving his sentence at the Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility in San Diego, California. While in prison, Williams has been involved in several altercations with other inmates and has spent time in solitary confinement. He was denied parole in 2006 and 2019 and was involved in a fight with another inmate in 2011. Williams' family was part of the problem, much like our next school shooter, Robert Gladden. Robert Gladden Jr. was a student at Perry Hall High School in Baltimore County, Maryland, who carried out a shooting on the first day of school in 2012.
Bro, first day of school, bro. First day of school. You ain't even survived the first day. You ain't learned nothing. What the fuck? The first day? Bro, them kids didn't even see that shit coming a mile away. The first day, this man ended up executing a student, bro. What the Bro, that is unbelievable.
On August 27, 2012, Gladden, then 15 years old, brought a shotgun to school and shot and wounded a classmate, Daniel Borowy, in the cafeteria. Borowy, a 17-year-old special education student, was critically injured but survived. Gladden was arrested and charged with attempted...
What the hell he did to you, gang? What did that man do to you? You could just tell he was in a special need class, bro. What the hell he do to you, bro? But that shit is just crazy.
Murder and other related offenses. In 2013, he pleaded guilty to the charges and was sentenced to 35 years in prison, with all but 20 years suspended. This meant that Gladden would serve at least 20 years in prison, with the possibility of parole. Gladden's life in prison is highly structured and monitored, with a focus on rehabilitation and preparing him for eventual release. He has been behind bars since 2012, when he was just 15 years old. He has received psychological treatment and counseling to address his mental health issues, including depression and anxiety. He has also participated in educational programs, vocational training, and counseling sessions to address his behavioral issues and prepare him for re-entry into society. However, his privileges are limited, including restricted access to recreational activities, phone calls, and visitation. He has spent periods in solitary confinement as punishment for disciplinary infractions.
Okay.
TJ Lane. TJ Lane's rampage at Chardon High School lasted just over a minute, but its impact will be felt forever. On that fateful day, Lane, then 17, pulled out a .22 caliber pistol and fired 10 shots, striking...
Bro, what's up with these damn 22s, bro? Not saying, bro, listen, not saying that it's a dunk caliber, but bro, what's up with them just bringing guns to school, period, bro, hurting other students? These people trying to see they live from teenage years, you feel me? And y'all just ruin them, bro.
Striking 6 students. 3 of them, Daniel Parmator, Russell King, and Demetrius Hewlin, died shortly thereafter. Lane's motives remain unclear, but his actions were undoubtedly devastating.
So I just want to know, like, did he just, okay, you know, I'm gonna just go kill 3 students, you know, I'm gonna make the news. Like, bro, these people are stupid, bro.
Victims' families and the community at large struggled to come to terms with the senseless violence. Lane's trial was a highly emotional affair, with the victims' families demanding justice. Lane showed little remorse, wearing a t-shirt with the word killer emblazoned on it to his sentencing hearing. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Behind bars, Lane became a notorious figure, with many inmates viewing him with fear. He was initially housed at the Allen Correctional Institute.
Oh, he got niggas fearing him. He got the guards. He got the inmates. They scared of this man, bro. That mean that man got pulled in the prison system, bro. That is crazy.
But was transferred to the Ohio State Penitentiary after a failed escape attempt in 2014. Lane's life in solitary confinement is a far cry from the chaos he unleashed that day. While some might see this as a fitting punishment, others argue that it's a necessary measure to ensure the safety of both Lane and his fellow inmates. While TJ rots in solitary...
So hold on, you telling me when he tried to escape, he got caught? When he got caught, he came back into the prison and released hell, basically. That's why he got them prisoners scared of him, bro.
Next entry managed to secure a GED while serving life. Kipland Kinkle. On May 20th, 1998, a tragedy shook the small town of Springfield, Oregon. Kipland Kip Philip Kinkle, a 15-year-old freshman at Thurston High School, carried out a devastating massacre that would leave a lasting impact on the community. The events leading up to the massacre began when Kinkle was suspended from school after being found with a stolen handgun in his locker. His parents, William and Faith Kinkle,
Hold on. Pause. What do you mean? This man got found with a stolen pistol inside his locker. Y'all suspended him. Suspended him. Not expelled. Not prison. Nothing. Y'all suspended this man. This man came back. Oh my God. What the fuck was y'all thinking back then, bro?
Kinkle were notified and his father took him home, warning him that he would be sent to military school if his behavior didn't improve. Later that day, Kinkle shot and killed.
You should have sent his ass there, bro. You should have sent his ass there. What the fuck? You could have saved so many people, bro. You should have sent his ass there, man.
Killed his parents at their home. The next day, Kinkle arrived at school armed with a semi-automatic rifle and 2 handguns. In the cafeteria, he opened fire on his classmates, killing 2 students, Ben Walker and Michael Nicolausen, and injuring 25 others. He was eventually subdued by fellow students and arrested. Kinkle was sentenced to 111 years in prison without parole. Kip Kinkle, now 39, has spent the last 22 years trapped behind the cold walls of the Oregon State Correctional Institution in Salem. His life has been a never-ending cycle of solitude, confined to a tiny cell for 23 out of 24 hours a day. If you think this story is heartbreaking, wait till you see all the other names on our list. Michael Carneal. On December 1st, 1997, 14-year-old Michael Carneal opened fire on a group of students at Heath High School in West Paducah, Kentucky, killing 3 and injuring 5. Carneal was arrested and brought to trial, where he was sentenced to life in prison.
Listen, y'all. I just want to know what the hell was going on in these households, bro, back then, bro. Listen, bro. When he say a person name, they say, hey, these are teenagers. Kids doing this, bro. Kids, bro, doing this, bro. What the hell was going on in these households, bro?
Without parole. Michael Carneal's life in prison has been a never-ending struggle for survival. As a child killer and school shooter, he's been a target for violence and abuse from fellow inmates. He's faced relentless physical assaults, beatings, and threats. The psychological torment has been equally unending, with
They see you as a free meal, my boy.
Constant harassment and intimidation. The prison environment is harsh, and word gets around quickly. He has spent years in solitary confinement, isolated from the general population for his own safety. But even that hasn't been a refuge. He's faced constant noise, darkness, and claustrophobia, with limited access to basic amenities. The isolation has taken a toll on his mental health, with reports of depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. After serving 25 years, Carneal requested parole, citing the violence and abuse he suffered in prison. The parole board denied his request, and Carneal was returned to prison to continue serving his life sentence.
Y'all see how the board and control y'all hands when y'all behind they walls? They don't want you out there, bro, because you might do the same shit. That's why they denied you.
The only thing he has going for him is the fact that he is still alive. Most shooters killed themselves. Alex Freeball. Alex Freeball was a 16-year-old student at Franklin Regional High School in Murraysville, Pennsylvania, who carried out a mass stabbing attack on April 9, 2014. Armed with a pair of 8-inch kitchen knives, Ribal stabbed and slashed 20 students and a security guard, leaving 4 students with life-threatening injuries. Fortunately, all the victims survived. Freeball was arrested and charged with attempted homicide, aggravated assault, and other related offenses. In 2017, he pleaded guilty to the charges and was sentenced to to 23.5 to 60 years in prison. His life is a far cry from the freedom and possibilities he once knew. Behind bars, Freibal's days are filled with the reality of his actions. He is surrounded by the cold walls of his cell, a constant reminder of the harm he inflicted on his classmates. Despite the gravity of his crime, Freibal is receiving the help he needs to address the underlying issues that led him down this path. He is engaged in regular counseling sessions and therapy groups, working to confront his depression, anxiety, and personality disorders. But rehabilitation comes with a price. Freibal's privileges are limited, and his every move is closely supervised by corrections officers. As the years pass, Freibal will have ample time to reflect on his actions and the lives he forever changed. Dylan Roof. Dylan Roof's name is forever linked to a tragic event in American history. On June 17, 2015, Roof, a 21-year-old white supremacist, opened fire at Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Charleston.
Y'all don't understand the shit that he did, bro. He shook the culture, bro, with this one, bro. Dude, listen. I just gotta continue hearing it. Hold on.
South Carolina, killing 9 African-American parishioners, including senior pastor Clementa C. Pinckney. Roof was apprehended and faced legal consequences, including a highly publicized trial where he showed no remorse and was sentenced to death. Had he not received the death sentence, Roof would have faced life in prison without parole, where he would have been isolated and vulnerable to hostility from—
Oh, so they gave him the death penalty. Okay, that's good, because that shit was bogus as hell what he did.
Inmates. He is currently serving time in ADX Florence, where he spends his days in solitary confinement, isolated from the world he once—
I thought y'all said y'all gave him the death penalty.
—sought to divide. His cell, a small, sterile space, is his home for 23 hours a day. The only exceptions are brief moments of supervised recreation and limited visitation from approved individuals. The maximum security wing is his permanent residence, a place where the most dangerous and high-profile inmates are housed. Here, Roof is cut off from the outside world, with no access to the internet, phone calls, or even books. Regular psychological evaluations are a constant reminder that his actions have consequences, that his ideology of hate will not be tolerated. Even his limited recreational time is supervised, a precaution against any potential violence or radicalization.
What the hell?
Mitchell Johnson and Andrew Golden. On March 24, 1998, Mitchell Johnson, 13, and Andrew Golden, 11, perpetrated the devastating Westside Middle School shooting in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The two boys, who were reportedly motivated by a desire for notoriety, pulled a fire alarm and then opened fire on students and teachers as they evacuated the building. The tragic attack resulted in the deaths of 4 students and 1 teacher, with 10 others injured. The young ages of the perpetrators and the premeditated nature of their crimes were shocking. The boys were arrested and held in juvenile detention facilities, where they awaited trial. Given their ages, Johnson and Golden were tried as juveniles, and the court handed down the maximum sentence allowed under Arkansas law at the time, confinement until they turned 21. Mitchell Johnson was released from the Arkansas Juvenile Assessment and Treatment Center in August 2005, while Andrew Golden was released in May 2007. Upon their release, both boys were placed on supervised probation and were prohibited from contacting the victims' families or each other. However, Johnson's life after release was marked by further legal troubles. In January 2007, he was arrested for possession of a firearm and marijuana, leading to a 4-year sentence in federal prison. Additional charges for theft and possession of a controlled substance in 2008 resulted in further incarceration. Jalen Freiberg. On October 24, 2014, Jalen Freiberg, a 15-year-old freshman at Marysville Pilchuck High School in Washington, carried out a devastating shooting in the school cafeteria. Jalen had planned the attack in advance, inviting his friends to lunch before pulling out a Beretta handgun and opening fire. He shot 7—
Invite them to lunch and then pull out a gun and start opening fire? Bro, what the bro, that's why I say some of these households back then was fucked up, bro.
7 students, killing 4: Zoe Galasso, Gia Soriano, Shaylee, Chuckle Naskett, and Andrew Freiberg, his cousin. 3 others were wounded: Karen Parks, his cousin, Nate Hatch, and Carmen Reyes. As police responded to the scene, Jalen took his own life with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The victims included 2 of his cousins, Andrew Freiberg and Karen Parks, who were among those killed. Karen had tried to intervene, attempting to calm Jalen down before he began shooting. In the aftermath of the tragedy, authorities investigated how Jalen Freiberg had obtained the weapon used in the shooting. The investigation led to the arrest and conviction of Jalen's father, Raymond Freiberg, in 2015.
Lock his ass up too. Locked him ass up too. Because why the fuck you eating him on this motherfucking rifle?
Raymond was found guilty of illegally purchasing and possessing the gun used in the shooting, as well as additional firearm-related offenses. He learned a hard lesson, unlike our next shooter, who continued his violence even in prison. Jose Reyes.
Oh, God.
Jose Reyes, a 12-year-old 7th grader, opened fire at Sparks Middle School in Nevada on October 21, 2013. He shot and killed a teacher, Michael Lansbury, and injured 2 students before taking his own life. Reyes used a semi-automatic handgun he had taken from his parents' home. He initially shot a student in the shoulder, then killed Lansbury, who was trying to intervene. He then shot another student in the abdomen before turning the gun on himself. The shooting lasted only a few minutes, and Reyes fired 6 shots in total. After learning about the shooting at Sparks Middle School, Liliana Reyes, his mother, noticed that the cereal boxes in the kitchen cupboard had been moved, suggesting that her son had accessed the family's guns. She called her husband to alert him to the situation. Later, police found 2 notes written by Jose in a spiral notebook inside his backpack that provided some insight into his motives. The incident was one of the first school shootings in the United States involving a student as young as 12. Had he not ended it all, he would have faced a hard life in prison due to his age and vulnerability. This story brings us to our next entry, the Angel of Death.
The Angel
Jeffrey
of Death.
Weiss. On March 21, 2005, the community of Red Lake, Minnesota was forever changed when 16-year-old Jeffrey Weiss carried out one of the deadliest school shootings in American history at Red Lake High School. Weiss, who had struggled with tragedy and turmoil throughout his life, killed several people. Weiss's troubled upbringing included the loss of his father to suicide 4 years earlier and his mother to a car accident that left her with severe brain damage. He was raised by...
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Boy, that boy cursed. Yo, dad went suicidal, then you lost your mama to a car accident, bro. Yeah, the Angel of Death, that's why they call him that.
His grandfather, a tribal police officer, and his grandfather's girlfriend, whom he killed along with his grandfather before heading to the school. Weiss had a history of disciplinary issues and was known for drawing skulls and swastikas, expressing admiration for Hitler and calling himself the Angel of Death. At the school, Weiser targeted students and staff, killing and injuring many before engaging in a shootout with police. He eventually took his own life in a classroom. In total, Weiser killed 9 people and wounded 7 before taking his own life. The lives lost included his grandfather, his grandfather's girlfriend, a security guard, a teacher, and 5 students. Some believed death was a mercy for him compared to the mental and physical anguish he would have faced in prison had he lived. Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold. On April 20th, 1999, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, 2 seniors at Columbine High School in Littleton, Colorado, carried out a devastating attack. They killed 13 people, injured 24 others, and then took their own lives by suicide. Harris, 18, and Klebold, 17, had planned the attack for over a year, using firearms, explosives, and incendiary devices. They targeted their peers and teachers, causing widespread destruction and chaos. The attack lasted approximately 49 minutes, ending with the pair's suicides in the library. For the families of the 13 who lost their lives, the pain and grief were unbearable. They struggled to come to terms with the senseless loss of their loved ones, and many turned to the legal system in search of justice. Mark Maines, the individual who sold a gun to Eric Harris and purchased ammunition for him, was sentenced to 6 years in prison for his role in enabling the tragedy. Philip Duran, who introduced Harris and Klebold to Manes, also faced prison time where they probably suffered unimaginable horrors. Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold will forever be remembered as mass murderers, just like our next entry, who killed 32 people. Seung Hui Cho. Seung Hui Cho.
Oh, he was ready. Look at that thug. Look at that motherfucking thug. He was ready. Look how he posing, bro. What the oh my God, bro.
3-year-old senior at Virginia Tech carried out one of the most devastating mass shootings in modern American history on April 16, 2007. In a span of just a few hours, Cho took the lives of 32 people, injured 17 others, and forever scarred the community of Blacksburg, Virginia. The attack was meticulously planned and executed, with Cho targeting 2 specific locations on campus. He first killed 2 students in a dorm room, then moved on to a nearby classroom building where he took the lives of 30 more people. The police were able to identify Cho through fingerprints left on the weapons used in the attack. In the aftermath of the tragedy, a manifesto and videos sent by Cho to NBC News revealed the depth of his anger and resentment. His writings spoke of a desire for revenge against a world he felt had wronged him, and a need for infamy and notoriety. If Cho had survived the attack, he would have faced life in prison without parole. Instead, Cho took his own life as the police closed in, leaving behind a trail of devastation and heartbreak that would be felt for years to come. Adam Lanza. Adam Lanza, 20, carried out the tragic
That man
Sandy Hook
possessed.
Elementary School shooting on December 14, 2012 in Newtown, Connecticut. He fatally shot 20 children and 6 adult staff members before taking his own life. Prior to the school shooting, Lanza killed his mother, Nancy Lanza, at their home. He then took her legally purchased firearms, including a Bushmaster XM15 E2S rifle, and went to the school, where he carried out the devastating attack. Lanza's actions that day were the culmination of a complex and troubled history. He had struggled with mental health issues, including anxiety, depression, and obsessive-compulsive disorder, and had become increasingly withdrawn and isolated in the years leading up to the shooting. Lanza's motives for the shooting remain unclear, but it is evident that his struggles with mental health and his obsession with violence ultimately led to the tragic events at Sandy Hook Elementary School. The act was especially gruesome because 20 of his victims were below 7 years. If he hadn't taken his life, other inmates would probably have killed him in prison, seeking justice for those he murdered in cold blood. Christopher Harper Mercer. Christopher Harper Mercer was responsible for the tragic shooting at Umpqua Community College in Roseburg, Oregon on October 1, 2015. He killed 9 people and injured 8 others before taking his own life as police arrived. The incident was one of the deadliest mass shootings in modern American history. Harper Mercer, 26, was a student at the college and had a history of mental health issues and a fascination with mass shootings. He was armed with multiple firearms, which he had legally purchased, and wore a flak jacket. During the attack, he targeted a classroom in the Snyder Hall building, where he shot and killed several students and the teacher. The shooting started at 10:38 a.m. PDT, and the first police response was at 10:44 a.m., 6 minutes after the first 911 call was received. The incident lasted for a few minutes, ending with Harper Mercer taking his own life as police arrived. The victims were shot in a classroom in Snyder Hall. Investigations revealed that Harper Mercer had a troubled history, with a fascination with violence and mass shootings. He had studied mass killings and had viewed videos of killings online. He had also been hospitalized for psychiatric issues and had been prescribed medication. These made his preferred weapon for violence a gun, just like our next killer. Salvador Ramos. On May 24, 2022, a devastating mass shooting occurred at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. Salvador Ramos, an 18-year-old former student, carried out the attack, resulting in the tragic loss of 21 lives. Ramos, who had a history of being bullied and struggled with a speech impediment, had become increasingly fascinated with school shootings and sought notoriety on social media. His online behavior had raised concerns among his peers, with some even nicknaming him School Shooter. On the day of the shooting, Ramos arrived at the school around 11:30 a.m., armed with a semi-automatic rifle and wearing body armor. He entered the school through an unlocked door and made his way to a classroom, where he began shooting. The victims included 19 students, aged 9, 11, and 2 teachers, Eva Mireles and Irma Garcia. The shooting lasted for approximately 45 minutes before Ramos was fatally shot by a Border Patrol agent. The agent...
This is, y'all, it's crazy how all these real life just determine these shooters' lives, bro. Some took their lives, some still in prison, bro. And all of them was underage, bro. From 14 to 16, bro. Like, it sucks, bro, that our kids had, you know, their kids had to go through that, bro. And it sucks knowing that shit even happened, bro. Like, that shit is just so stupid to me, bro. But y'all, I kind of hate reacting to shit like that because it's like, damn, bro, this is shit that really happened in real time. You feel me? Like, you can go look this shit up on the internet, you know. But man, bro, this is crazy. But man, if y'all do this video, if y'all want more videos like this, man, leave in the comments, leave me a thumbs up, man. It's your boy TaeVids. I'll see you on the next video.